Welcome back. We're continuing the news. This evening, we turn the spotlight on the need for greater awareness surrounding mental health following another case of suspected suicide. This time, it's of a former beauty contestant earlier this week. As Rimardo Lyons reports, the young woman who was battling with depression documented her thoughts in videos that have now gone viral. Now, we must warn that some of the videos we're about to show may be triggering, and so viewer discretion is advised.
My mind is trying to kill me. And if I do nothing, I am going to die, guys.
A troubling clip from a 21-minute YouTube video posted on September 4, 2025 by Tyra Spaulding, a contestant in the 2023 Miss Universe Jamaica pageant. The video continues.
Every day I get up, my mind tells me to go and jump off a building. It tells me to go and overdose on pills. It tells me to go and hang myself. I am fighting for my life.
Miss Spaulding's body was reportedly found by relatives Tuesday night with a curtain around the neck. The corporate communication network of the Jamaica Constabulary Force has launched an investigation. This Instagram account with her name has a single post from August 15, 2025. The caption says, "Your girl has been through hell and back." In another video, she lamented that while she didn't want to entertain suicidal thoughts, she was struggling to keep them at bay.
I think this world is truly evil and evil only.
She went further to say she felt as though there were two versions of herself, one who wants her to live and one who wants her to die.
This video is about Tyra Spaulding, a 26-year-old Jamaican woman found dead in her apartment, hanging in her bedroom. Before her death, she had left a toxic relationship with an abusive man in 2023. Afterwards, on her spiritual journey, as she was getting closer to Jesus, she began to develop a deep, unexplainable fear of a man from her church. This fear was not a fear Tyra could understand logically. It was a powerful spiritual intuition. Tyra felt that her spirit was warning her of evil. Later, she rekindled a relationship with a former lover, but it turned out to be abusive as well. She was bullied and treated like trash. Eventually, she walked away from that relationship too. Following this, Tyra began to experience very bizarre events. She became sick frequently, sustained disturbing strange injuries, and would cry uncontrollably for no reason. She feared that her ex-boyfriend was targeting her. She also felt like she was being watched and she was the subject of a game or a social experiment. People around her would do subtle things that were directed at her. Tyra said that whoever was orchestrating these events was deliberately trying to make her appear mentally unstable or crazy. Her community and family members labeled her mentally ill and forced her into a mental institution against her will. They ganged up on her and set her up. She was even chained to a bed, despite offering no resistance. These are classic signs of organized harassment or gangstalking, in which victims are smeared as mentally ill to destroy them and isolate them. In her final days, Tyra reported intrusive thoughts of self-harm and suicide. Something was constantly telling her to kill herself. Sadly, this culminated in her death. Unfortunately, Tyra never received the genuine support or protection she needed. The truth is that what she was experiencing was being done to her via covert organized harassment, witchcraft, secret poisonings, and mind control technology. Her death in Jamaica was a targeted assassination. The mind control technology can modify your psyche remotely via radio frequencies that transmit harmful thoughts and harmful voices. This technology has been around since at least the 1790s, as in the documented case of James Tilly Matthews. In addition, she may have been drugged and harmed without her knowledge. Combined with the gangstalking she faced, such experiences would have profoundly traumatized her. This form of assassination is made to look like a mental health crisis which allows the perpetrators to remain hidden. The victim takes their own life in this perfect crime. The community members involved in the smear campaign collect their paycheck and remain silent. The public remains unaware. It is also possible that Tyra was murdered and her body staged to appear as a suicide. Corrupt elements within local law enforcement could easily suppress further investigation. Someone clearly wanted Tyra harmed or dead. The first and most likely suspect is her ex-boyfriend, whom she described as vindictive and toxic. She also suspected that he was using witchcraft or spiritual means to target her, but she didn't want to sound crazy like a conspiracy theorist. A second possible suspect is the man from her church whom she feared intensely. Finally, there are indications of Freemasonry connections within her family, suggesting that Tyra may have been the victim of a ritualistic human sacrifice or cult-related killing. We live in a very dangerous time. If Tyra's death is ever investigated as a homicide, this is where investigators should begin. What is gangstalking? This is an explanation from Lisa.
So what is gangstalking and what does it entail? The first thing that gangstalking entails is covert and discreet harassment. They'll do things like flickering their headlights on and off. They'll drive very recklessly around you. There will be a group of people. They'll be brake checking you. They'll be riding your ass. They'll be swerving in and out of the lanes. And they're just very reckless around you. They'll honk at you when driving by. They'll stare at you in public. They'll follow you around the gym and get uncomfortably close to you. They'll steal the equipment and the machines that they're watching you use. Anything they can do that is covert and that is very discreet, nobody else will pick up on it as harassment, but the target will know. They might also mail packages to your home, so they have to ring your doorbell and say things like, "Oh, oops, I used to live here and I accidentally sent it to my old address on Amazon." Just very uncomfortable. Anything they can do to kind of get at you without being detected, they will do it. The second thing that gangstalking entails is violent and aggressive surveillance. They will watch your every move. They will park cars around your home and watch you exit your home. And as soon as you exit, they will follow you. You will be stalked everywhere you go. You will never be somewhere alone. There will always be a little gang of people following you around, and you will feel it and you will know it. They make themselves obvious so that you have to feel the discomfort every time you leave your house. In addition to watching you physically and following you physically, they will also monitor you electronically. These are government employees, so they know how to get into people's phones. They will watch your text messages, your emails, your Google searches, your social media activity. You have no privacy. They will be hacked into everything of yours, and they will be watching you both electronically and physically. The third thing that gangstalking entails is a smear campaign. They will publicly attack your character. They will slander you and smear you with lies. They will defame your character. They will humiliate you. They'll use social media to get at you so that they can reach a wider audience and tell everybody how horrible you are so people get away from you. It's a tactic to isolate you, humiliate you, embarrass you, and to get people away from you. The fourth thing that gangstalking entails is legal harassment. I have been dragged into the court for civil issues incessantly ever since 2020 when my gangstalking began. Prior to 2020 and prior to crossing a law enforcement officer, I had never been in court civilly or criminally in my life. I'm not a deviant person. I don't use substances. I was a nanny and then a nurse and then a nurse practitioner. I'm not someone who gets dragged into and out of court. And so they'll get these public records on you and then they'll use them to smear you in their smear campaign to make people think that you're crazy and abusive and horrible. And anything they can do to make you look bad, they will. Another part of my legal abuse has been a federal investigation. What better way to smear someone and tarnish their reputation and ruin their career than to put them under federal investigation? Number 5, isolation. This kind of ties into the smear campaign and the legal harassment, but they will rope your friends, your family, your ex-partners, complete strangers into their revenge mob against you. So they will turn everyone against you. They will get your family to not want to talk to you anymore, and they want to see you isolated because they know it's a way to make you suffer. They want to cause you pain because the purpose of this gangstalking is revenge and retaliation. Any way they can hurt you, they will. They also make it very difficult for you to make new friends because they have you constantly surrounded. And so the people that you are meeting are there to set you up. You're not meeting any real people who actually want friendships with you. So it's very lonely and very isolating to be gangstalked. Number 6 is discrediting. Abusers do not want people to know what they are doing. And so if they can discredit you, if they can tell everyone that you're just crazy and a liar, nobody believes what they're doing to you, so they can continue getting away. You're screaming and crying for help, And nobody will help you. Nobody can hear you because they've silenced you. They've suppressed your views on social media. They've used bots to discredit you. They've told other influencers, maybe who have a big following, to make videos about you that say you're just crazy. It influences the public to believe that you're not credible, and so they can continue getting away with what they're doing to you, their abuse. Last is going after your job and your income. They'll attack you at work, tell your bosses you're under investigation so that they think negatively about you. And if you become disabled, like me, they will call your disability company and try to get your benefits shut off.
Now listen very carefully to Tyra Spaulding's testimony.
I think I need to give some form of timeline and some form of sequence of events. So basically, I graduated university in 2020 during COVID. I started working at the audit firm in 2020. I worked there until 2022. Then I left in I think it was January or February 2022. Was in January. Anyway, 2022 to 2023. I did the whole modeling. Me venturing, trying to achieve my dreams. Did the whole pageantry thing, and then 2023. I was in a struggling, failing relationship, and I wasn't working at the time, and I decided that I need to leave this person. And so I started looking for a job, got a job in 2023 September. Then I went on my spiritual journey because I don't know, I felt like I just did everything I could in life, and I just couldn't figure out, as I said, my purpose and whatever. So I decided to go into the church full-fledged, devote my life to Jesus, basically. And so I got baptized in December 2023 because my boss, coincidentally, was a pastor, and I was like, oh, perfect timing, I want to go on this whole spiritual journey, and this is just perfect. I looked around at the environment, and I was like, yeah, I have a job now, I'm independent, I'm not depending on a man anymore, and I'm just going to give my life to the Lord, and he's going to direct me and lead me, I was excited, And so as I journeyed, I fasted and fasted and fasted and prayed and prayed and prayed and read the Bible, spoke with a lot of church members, every single thing that they had at the church, I went to it, the meetings and just everything. But a lot of stuff happened to me while I was at this church and while I was employed to this company. So at some points when I was working, I would just start crying uncontrollably, and I didn't understand why, and I would get sick sometimes, just completely sick, I can't function anymore, and I would just have to go home. At one point I feared this one member in the church so much. I don't know this man from Adam Zimmer, And the fear that overtook me and overwhelmed me, it was astonishing to me because it had no basis, no grounds. Like, there was just this one man in the church, and I was just like afraid of him. And so, like, at one point I went to my boss about it, and I was like, you know what, we're going to face this like head on. And like, I spoke to another one of my church members, and I told him, like, let me talk to this person because I don't know why my spirit is just so much against them. I don't know them, and this just seems like madness. Like, felt like I was losing my mind a little bit because I don't know this man from Adams, but yet still there was so much fear in me. I was like, no man, I have to get to the bottom of this. So I spoke to him, and then, you know, spoke to my boss also, and he kind of painted a picture of the guy and say, you know, there are no, based on his experience, there has been no skeletons in the closet. And, you know, like, I guess I heard him out, and I was like, all right, see, you know, I don't understand why I had so much fear towards this man, but it's fine. Like, it's fine now because, you know, the air is cleared and everything's fine. And, you know, I've been working and putting in the hours like diligently, especially during tax season, and, you know, some occurrences like happened that I don't really understand. Almost like I would get injured, but injured in a way that was just weird. Like my toe almost got completely ripped off like one time. Man, like, I don't want to sound too suspicious or too much like a conspiracy theorist, but like my ex, the same guy that I was with and like the relationship was failing, he's very, what would you say, vindictive. And boy, like, he seems like the type that would do literally any single thing to not lose in life. Like, even if it means doing maybe like some spiritual harm or like some witchcraft or something. Anyway, that's just me kind of summing him up. But anyway, yeah, like, I would just get injured in the weirdest ways possible. And at one point I just thought it was this man that was attacking me, and so I tried to get rid of every single thing that might have tied me to him. So like, he bought me a lot of stuff, like a lot of clothes, and he really funded me when I was going through the pageant. And so like, I got rid of everything, like all the clothes he got me, every single thing. There's somebody at my door. I got rid of everything, but then I don't know, like, combined with the whole church thing, I think I was taking it way too seriously. Like, I not only gave away all my stuff, like, I tried to delete my life before I got baptized, like, delete every single thing. So like, I went on social media, it's like I was doing this whole cleaning, complete cleaning. Like, I was taking this whole reborn, you know, born from above thing way too seriously. It's like, I deleted my group photos, I deleted my Snapchat, my Instagram. Like, I was trying to erase, basically, the old me, like, completely wipe her off the face of the planet and just like start fresh, because I thought that Jesus was just going to, like, just, I thought I was supposed to do away with the old me and start fresh. But, I did literally everything. I tried to be perfect. I did every single thing the Bible said to do. I did it all. And then, lo and behold, someone from my past, an ex-lover of mine, like at the time, I called him the love of my life. He came back into my life, and honestly, I thought it was God, like, calling him to me and like finally bringing us together. And I thought we were going to get married and just have children and live happily ever after. But that was the furthest thing from the truth. Like, this man came back into my life and treated me so badly, and I was abstaining, because the Bible says you shouldn't, no sex before marriage. Like, I was abstaining the entire time from I got baptized, even from before I got baptized. I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this for the Lord, and like, my body now belongs to the Lord. So I was like, no more sex. But in the name of love, or for the sake of love, I gave this man my body when he came back into my life, and he treated me so badly, so badly, guys. And I think it was on purpose. You just have those people who, honestly, maybe he just has his own issues that I have nothing to deal with, like I have nothing to do with, and maybe he just has his own issues. But I could not believe the treatment that I got from this man, and I didn't deserve it, because I loved him, guys. Like, I loved this man with all my heart. Like, man, I don't even want to get into the whole story of me and him, but I never stopped loving him. Like, I would sit at work and like write love letters. Oh Jesus, boy, man, I loved this man with all my heart, and he just didn't care about me. He didn't love me. I don't know what it was. But anyways, that man came back into my life, and he basically gave me a reality check that, life is not perfect, and I'm not perfect, and I will never be perfect. So it's almost like I was going on this good path, I was all for Jesus, and I was trying to be perfect, but then, ended up, back into fornication, and man, I slipped and I slid, because I ended up smoking weed again, like listening to dancehall, every single thing that I did before I went into the church. Like, I started doing it again, and it wasn't like me doing it because I was angry or anything. It was just me doing it because, like, I started to remember who I was, and I'm like, why would I want to do away with who I truly am, like, at my core? Why? I don't understand. Like, I guess I was confused at this point. I was like, am I supposed to just change myself completely and be a new person? Or is it that I should just 100% be who I am, and like, because I accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior, like he will save me, like because of that I'm saved. Honestly, there's a lot about this whole Jesus thing that I really don't understand, but basically I fell back into my old ways, fully my old ways, and I was just sad, and like I was praying and I prayed and I prayed and I prayed, and even though I was doing all this stuff I knew I shouldn't have been doing, I don't know, I didn't know what else to do. And so I was really, really conflicted. And I don't know, I guess that's when I really felt a little lost, because I was like, alright, I did the whole Jesus thing and then I slipped. But the slip didn't feel like I was supposed to go back to trying to be perfect. It felt like it was a reality check for me, like to bring me back down to reality and let me realize that I was taking, the whole church thing way too seriously. That's what I think. I don't even know. So anyway, so yeah, like I was doing a lot of stuff I used to do like before the whole church thing, and then there was a lot of back and forth with the original guy. Like he just wouldn't let me go. I mean I had an attachment to him, a bit of an unhealthy attachment. I feel like the story is just going all over the place, but alright, let me jump to the main event, which is basically the main reason why I want to leave this firm, and also why I want to walk away from this church. Because guys, disclaimer, my dad was a Freemason. He passed away in 2017, but he was a Freemason, and I don't know if the events that have been happening recently have anything to do with that, but oh Lord have mercy, how do I even say this? Help me, Lord, help me. So I basically got a job, a commercial gig. I normally get these commercial gigs, but this one was a little bit different, in the sense that I believe I was being tested somehow. It sounds weird, but it was almost as if I was in a game or some form of orchestrated world where the people around me were a part of something, and they were trying to show me stuff, like open my eyes to certain things. Like it felt very set up. There were a lot of clues and like messages, and even like the people, they would say something and I'm like they were signaling to me. I feel like I'm going to sound crazy, but I feel like it needs to be said, because I feel like they tried to make me go crazy. Whoever by they, I mean whoever orchestrated this whole thing, you know? Like, I would be looking at a person and I could tell that they knew somehow that I was looking at them, and they were doing things because I was looking at them. I don't want to sound like a crazy nut job, but guys, this is actually what happened. And like, even there was a person there while I was on the job, and I can't even explain this. But basically, I feel like I was being tested, guys. Let's just call it that. I was being tested. Like, they tested my knowledge, and I was basically exhausted by the end of the activities. You know, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to be painted as a lunatic, because up to now I still don't understand a lot of the stuff that happened while I was on that job. But anyway, man, I'm remembering some things that I saw even after the job was finished. Some things like at my house, some things out of this world, guys. Completely out of this world. I can't even say them. It feels illegal to say what I saw. And I know it sounds like I'm a crazy person right now, and it sounds like I'm a bit of a lunatic, but I'm not crazy. And someone or something tried to open my eyes to see, and open my ears too, to just a whole other world. Anyway, let me not go on and on and on and ramble. But basically, after I got this job, I was really, really sleep deprived. I got home at like after 3 a.m, and I didn't get much sleep, and then I got up, went to work. So I was already in a state of mind. And guys, I'm just going to say exactly what happened. I felt compelled when I was at work to get up out of my office and go on this treasure hunt at my office. Like, I don't know if it was sorcery or witchcraft, or maybe I really was just losing it briefly. Like my psychiatrist says, it was psychosis. But basically, I went out to the office and I was looking at these signs, and it's almost like it was telling me where to go. So like, I would go upstairs, and then I'd talk to this person, and then I'd go downstairs and I'd talk to another person. It's just pure madness. Anyway, and again, you know, like the people that were at my office or that were in the building, it seems as if they were a part of it, because like, I would go to one room and they would be like talking to me, and then I'd get a clue from them as to where to go next, and it's almost like they were helping to direct me. I don't know what it was, guys. This sounds like pure madness. And then there were like some items like hidden all over the building, and I don't know what it was, but I just found them. Like, for example, on top of the roof, or is it the roof? Yeah. There were like some hidden ping pong balls, and there was a ping pong table. Like, I took up the balls and I put them in the room. Boy. And then at the end of it, there was like a helicopter like circling. There was a helicopter circling and like signaling to me. Just one bag of madness. One bag of madness. Almost like I was being led to lose my mind. Anyway, by the end of this whole treasure hunt, I was downstairs, like at the bottom of the complex, and guys, long story short, everybody tried to convince me that I was losing my mind, and they were like, "Oh, Tyra, you're not well." And this one guy that works like in the complex, in the office beside me, he was like, "Oh, Tyra, you should come with me and like let me take you home or whatever, like you're clearly not well." And I was like, "No, I don't want to go with you, go away." And then somehow my family ended up at my workplace. Who called them? I don't know. My family was there and they were like, "Tyra, you're not well, come with us, like come with us." And I was like, "What? Like, how did you even get here?" "No, like I don't want to come with you, I don't understand, none of this is making any sense to me." And like I knew the whole treasure hunt crap, it wasn't making any sense to me either, but I don't know if it's a spell or what, but I felt like I had to just go through it. Like there was no way around it but to just go through it and see where I ended up, basically. So anyway, by this time it was like night and my family was there and they were like, come with us. And I was like, no. And so I was sitting there in the building and I was like, you know what? I'm going to leave on my own accord because these people are all acting weird and they're all trying to convince me that I am out of my mind. So I tried to leave. They all prevented me from leaving. So like this is where most of the confusion was, because I was like talking to them. I was like, so why are you guys preventing me from leaving? I don't understand. Like you guys were just saying come with us, and now that I'm trying to leave, you're preventing me from leaving. Guys, I tried to leave that building. I had to fight, literally physical fight, and they were preventing me from leaving. At one point I screamed out my lungs and nobody came to my rescue. Like that's when I was like, oh, looks like a setup, like it was set up this way. I don't know. Anyway, I fought and I realized there was like 5 people, holding me back, saying, no, we can't let you leave. So I stopped fighting because I was like, I can't, bro, I'm not Samson. Like I can't fight you guys. So I stopped fighting. And then because I know I'm fast, bro, I sprinted. It's like they turned their back, or they stopped, wrestling with me for a little bit, and I sprinted and I tried to jump over the gate, and I reached like on top of the gate, and they held me. They grabbed me, like pinned me to the gate, and they were like, Tyra, you're not leaving. And while I was on top of that gate, a car pulled up like right in front of the gate, because the gate was like closed, so I was trying to like jump over it, and the car pulled up right in front of the gate, as if to say, even if I do make it over the gate, like he was going to prevent me from leaving. Guys, I don't know what the hell this was, but I just realized I just had to see it through to the end. Then, so they got me down off of the gate, and I realized that this might be like a real setup. Anyways, someone called the police, and I was like, you guys are holding me against my will. Like at this point I stopped like trying to fight back. I stopped trying to get free. I was just like, do you guys have a warrant for my arrest? Like why is the police here? I don't understand. And then they were like, no, Tyra, we have to take you away. And I was like, all right. And so I went in the police car. My family went with me, and they took me to the University of the Hospital of the West Indies. And And they chained me, strapped me to a bed. Guys, as if I was restraining, or as if I was resisting. I wasn't resisting, but they strapped me to a bed. And boy, I can't even say what I saw in the hospital. I can't even say it. It's too much. It's too much for the average person's mind. Like you guys, you wouldn't understand, and you wouldn't be able to comprehend basically what the hell I went through while I was at that hospital. Anyway, so I was there for like 3 days. The worst thing about being there was the fact that whenever I wanted to pee, guys, I wasn't allowed to pee. Like, I would have to hold my pee for like so long. Like, I would ask them to like let me go pee, and they were like, no, you have to pee in a bedpan. And I was like, I don't want to pee in a bedpan, just let me walk to the restroom. And eventually, after like begging for some time, they would let me pee. But at one point they were like, no, you're going to have to use the bedpan. Why? I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, they let me go with no diagnosis. Like, while I was there, they injected me, they drew my blood. Nobody could tell me why exactly I was there. Anyway, they eventually let me go. I got some time off from work, and then I just went back to work. I was on some medication to help me sleep. They increased the dosage by 400%. Why? I have no idea. Anyway. And yeah, I just, basically after that, I just went back to work. Like, everything was fine and dandy. That's not even half of the story, guys. That's not even half of the story. Like, so many things. So many other things happened that I can't even, it's unfathomable. Like, I can't even mention it. Oh, even like my boss was there, and he was like, oh, come Tyra, you're not well. My boss and the HR manager, they were like, Tyra, you're not well. Man, it felt like the world was against me, like the world came down on me. And up to now, I still don't understand it. Was it an attempt to drive me insane? And if it was, orchestrated by who? Like, I don't understand. And so that's like the main event that happened that really makes me want to leave this place and find some other way. But every time I try with a 9-to-5 job, I always end up at the same place. You know, I end up just not wanting to do the work after a while, and I end up depressed and I end up wanting to quit. Like, it's the same cycle all over again each time. I feel stuck and trapped. Man, at one point, even one of my coworkers, they were trying to convince me that I'm out of my mind, and they were like, oh, Tyra, it's okay, you know, like, I know a lot of people who, you know, life is so hard and them head just chip as a result. And I'm like, I am in my right mind. Why you keep trying to convince me that I'm not? Like, I don't understand what the hell this is. But guys, the long and short of it is, I think I'm going to resign from this company. And just, I don't know. I started this Instagram page for the t-shirt thing that I wanted to do. It's called art.tees.on.demand. So art tees on demand. And basically I wanted to like design some shirts, some t-shirts, and sell them. So if you want to like support that, you could go over there to that Instagram and like purchase a shirt. Also, I want to clarify that the whole OnlyFans thing, guys, it's not like me having sex on camera. It's literally just me posting some pictures of my body. Not necessarily nude either, like just pictures that look nice, you know, pictures that look so good they can sell online. Like, I have been blessed. And you know, that's another thing, like, I have been so blessed, guys. I'm not going to say my body is perfect, but it comes very close. It's very close to being like A1 naturally too. Like, you know, like everything is 100% natural. So, you know, why not try to make some money based on how I look? Yeah, so it's not too degrading for the critics out there. Yeah, that's basically my life right now. And I think I'm going to resign. I don't know how things will work out, like, after I do, but I think I need to leave because too much has happened since I've been here. Too many unexplainable things. Like, even the client that I'm working for now, this brand new client, I think they're trying to like set me up with the son. It's like a family business, and I feel like I'm being set up with the son to, like, you know, be with him. That's how I feel. Like, oh boy, guys, oh boy. When I say I've been through it, I have been through it. And I am so tired and exhausted. Who knows? I'll probably have to make another video, because this one has been a roller coaster. Anyway. Okay, bye. Bye. Hello, guys. I am about to head to the gym because, boy, I'm fighting for my life over here. I feel like I need to go out and do something because my mind is trying to kill me. And if I do nothing, I am going to die, guys. Every day I get up, my mind tells me to go and jump off a building. It tells me to go and overdose on pills. It tells me to go and hang myself. I am fighting for my life. Where do these thoughts come from? I don't know. I have no idea. They're my own thoughts, but do I want to be having them? No. Do I want to die? I mean, it would be easier, you know, than having to deal with the ups and downs of life, but boy, I don't know, but all I know is right now I'm fighting for my life. And right now I'm just trying to do anything I can that will either distract me, I don't know, give me temporary motivation. I don't know. but I love running, and so I'm going to go to the gym, get a day pass, and just run for a little while, and hopefully whatever depression or whatever suicidal thoughts I have will go away and like leave me alone for a little bit. No man, but I'm in a crisis. I'm fighting for my life over here. This is so crazy. I wonder how many other people go through stuff like this. And I wonder why, like, I don't know, I can't quite pinpoint, you know, like why am I thinking all of these things all of a sudden? It's like, oh my gosh, my hair has grown, man. My hair has definitely grown. But I can't understand why. It's like there's two different me's. One of them wants me to live, and one of them wants me to die. They want me to die. Eh? It's me against me over here. Me against me. Me against me. Am I the only person that experiences this? I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. But I feel like a lot of people don't even live to tell the tale or to tell their story because their mind just consumes them and they just end up killing themselves. Because look how many people commit suicide and them things. You know, why do we do it? Why? Is it the devil possessing us? I don't know. Like, what is this? Something keeps telling me that, you know, life would just be easier if I wasn't here. Like, I keep thinking, oh, if I don't, it's either I die now or die later when I'm old and gray. And then I don't know if it's because I'm a woman, but I'm thinking about my biological clock. You know, how less attractive I'm going to get as I get older. Like, you know, how am I going to build a sustainable future when I'm struggling to work this 9-to-5 job? You know, like, can I manage entrepreneurship? Do I even know the first thing about entrepreneurship? Because if not a 9-to-5, then what? What will I do? You know, like, what the hell? What the hell? I think I'm in a spiral right now. Man, I'm just recording so that, you know, one day, hopefully, somebody who's struggling with what I'm struggling with can look at it and say, well, you know, I don't even know, because if I end up dying, then that won't be much help. That won't be much motivation to anybody, you know. So I don't know, but maybe you can get some ideas as to what you can do to fight, because I am actively fighting right now. Like me going to the gym and, you know, doing a little session, that's me fighting. Like, you know, my mind is telling me to give up, but I haven't given up as yet. Yeah, I can't quite pinpoint what the problem is, why I have such strong feelings now of just it's overwhelming. It is overwhelming.